Did you get a chance to look at any of the things that was going on with Deepseek and ChatGPT? Because that's a good segue. Because I feel like once Deepseek came out, I lost so much bread from that exact moment. Because like all the stocks tanked, all the cryptos tanked. So I was like, you know what, it would be dumb to pull it out now, so I'll just sit and wait. Yeah. That's what I've been.
You don't lose money until you sell. But,
that's true.
But one thing I'll say about Deepseek is like it made a true competitor to, ChatGPT. Mainly because of the fact that it was a Chinese competitor. U.S. and China are like we're going head to head right now. You feel me? And honestly, China is our biggest competitor when it comes to a global scale. DeepSeek really just put a lot of pressure on ChatGPT because it's a more efficient, not only the way the model, like the way the AI models work, but also in the sense of how much it costs to run the models. It's
comparing the $6 billion to like the $100 billion, $500 billion for NVIDIA.
Exactly. So it's like, it's one of those things where it put a lot of pressure on ChatGPT and OpenAI. One, it's a Chinese competitor. Two, it's open source, meaning like a lot of the code is,
everyone else's can build upon what they have because it's free for everyone to look at it and understand what's going on.
Exactly. That's exactly what it means. And then it just does exactly what ChatGPT does, and some might say, in certain areas is better.
Honestly, one of my things, especially while I was doing some research on it, watching the way that China was able to use less efficient models and data chips and things of that nature and build something so advanced is insane. Because I was thinking about it. America has went out their way to hold back their chips from their competitors. So the fact that they're able to use like generationally old stuff and still come out with something better for cheap, it really makes you wonder what would happen if they're able to actually have like the good stuff that we've been hiding. So
it's like, it definitely puts us in a position where it's like, okay, Americans have to really reflect on how much, because at the end of the day, whoever wins this AI race they're going to be
at the head for the next 50 to 100 years easily.
So it's like the biggest thing we have to win right now. And China putting that much pressure on us and the way they're doing it, it's like, it's not looking the best for us, but.
And my thing is, it makes me notice how like wasteful Americans can be, because of like, I used to do a lot of work in politics where I'd see some of the legislation that's being written where they would give like $1 trillion to military and $1 billion here and billions of dollars there. And I'm like, we are being gouged so much in pricing right now. And the fact that we're sitting here literally just wasting this money, where is this money going? Not even to the grander scheme where it's like, why isn't it at least as good? So are you always being lazy?
And that's a big part of what the new presidency is like focused on. It's like, where's all this government spending going? You feel me? Like, there's so much money that's just being allocated for this and that and this and that, but like, where is it actually, like, where's the outcomes, where can we see the outcomes,
where the benefits going to be coming from saving all this money?
And
I sit back and I wonder, I hope that they're able to pick the correct things to remove money from instead of just like randomly grabbing things that we need. Especially one more thing, especially in like the state that we're in as a nation. I went to the grocery store and eggs were actually like $7. I was like, geez, that's $1 a pop? That's ridiculous. So it makes you worry. Definitely does worry me. But
and that's something that like a lot of people are like worried about. It's like, who's to say where the money's supposed to go and where it's not, where the budget cuts are supposed to be and where they're not, and that's why I feel like the next 4 years is going to be interesting, and it could be a lot of turmoil just because of that fact. It's like a lot of money is going to be taken from places where people disagree, as far as where the money should go and where it shouldn't be,
How do you feel about Trump being set as the crypto president? So, like, do you feel like there's been actual benefits that's been towards the market? Because of like, one of the main reasons that he was able to get elected was his favorable hand to Silicon Valley as well as like crypto bros and things like that. So
I think what Trump does is he brings a lot of like regulatory framework to the crypto space, which is like very much needed. There's just so much going on within crypto that people don't have any like legislative, framework to work with.
I'm under the opinion where it's like the people that are supposed to regulate them, they don't know what's happening. Exactly. Just purely. Exactly. So them trying to regulate a thing they don't understand is kind of like wasteful.
Yeah.
So
and I think one thing Trump's presidency is doing is he's bringing in people that are knowledgeable about when it comes to tech and when it comes to crypto, so that the frameworks aren't killing us in the sense of like competing on a global scale.
Okay.
Like we're not ideally we're not going to be put in a position where we're not being competitive to somewhere like China when it comes to adopting frameworks that are beneficial when it comes to blockchain technology or crypto or AI, whatever it may be.
Earlier we were talking about ChatGPT, and kind of ties into the replacement aspect of using these AIs instead of people. Is there a worry for where all this data and information is going that you've seen, or do you feel like there's that we have it under control as of now?
Yeah, that's a big part of the whole Deepseek versus ChatGPT argument. Even before Deepseek, there's a huge need for policy as far as how the information and the data that's being collected by these AI models, how it's being used. And technically, any information that you put into ChatGPT can be used by them to continue to build the model. Yeah. Because that's how the model becomes smarter. You feel me? It takes the information that it has in the database. It learns from what you're adding to it, and it continues to
and then it adds onto what you're asking it.
That's machine learning. So the issue becomes,
real quick, I find it funny that Deepseek was able to do that with like smaller levels of databases, and they're still able to woo as fast as they did. So
it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But then it becomes an issue. Is like Deepseek is owned by the Chinese government. And then it's like the part of the problem became that part of the problem that people weren't realizing is like when Deepseek came, so many people were so quick to sign up for that and like not realize that they're giving their information to another government. This is the main reason why the TikTok ban was such a thing, because the U.S. government doesn't like China having that much data on U.S. people.
I feel like American citizens are so like tired of the American government that they're like, you know what? I'm not going to give my information to Zuckerberg. Take it China.
They don't even care. Exactly. They don't even care. And that's a crazy reality, but it's like that's where we're at. People don't really care because they understand that one, Zuckerberg is already doing what they want with their data. Data, those aren't social media companies anymore. They're data companies. And this is why I focus on Web3. We didn't touch much on the whole Web3 ethos, but that's like a lot of what a lot of these technologies are a part of.